Let's talk about going green with cloud-based computing and hosted telephony. Businesses are increasingly mandated to implement green purchasing and waste reduction plans in their efforts to cut expenses and go green, be labeled as a green business. And therefore, the reduction of waste and energy usage is essential to competitiveness and also to keep up with current trends and the exigencies of the market. Transitioning to a cloud-based computing and telephony infrastructure can be a major element in a green business plan and can also save businesses up to 70% of their overall IT telephony expenditures and IT expenditures, including huge reductions in power consumption and related greenhouse gas emissions. Consider this. Companies that employ site-based IT and telephony need to purchase and house much of the following equipment: network servers, domain controllers, file storage, application servers, web servers, and usually a PBX. In-house network infrastructure requires businesses, in addition, to provide space, power, and cooling for all of this equipment. By locating the equipment in a centralized hosting facility shared by many companies, you can greatly reduce the requirement for on-site power consumption and thereby reduce corporate energy usage and cost. Studies show that cloud services built for a multi-tenant environment result in power, space, and cooling reductions per customer of upwards of 65 to 70%, which is very significant. In addition, instead of wasting dollars and power required to provide computing capacity at each employee's desk, users can interface with the corporate network with what's called a thin client. Desktop devices simply need to be able to access the hosted corporate network. So if you take a look at the energy usage of a PC or a laptop as compared to one of these thin clients, you're looking at anywhere from 80 kilowatt hours for a desktop PC to, for a thin client, only 5 kilowatt hours of energy consumption. If you add this to the amount of energy that's used by site-based servers, which can be about 187 kilowatts, or a PBX, same thing, about 187 kilowatt hours, or a room air conditioner at 280 kilowatt hours, you're looking at a substantial reduction in cost and energy consumption by moving into the cloud. Furthermore, cloud computing and hosted telephony extend the life of desktop equipment, which does not need to be replaced every time a new application requires an upgrade. Much of this equipment, which is primarily made up of metal, non-recyclable plastic, and it may contain hazardous materials, will eventually wind up in the landfill. The less of this stuff that needs to be manufactured, the better. Centrally hosted servers can be updated and augmented as needed on a company-wide basis and allow the lifetime and capacity of desktop equipment to be increased without hurting productivity. To put it simply, you do not need to update each desktop device every time that the company needs more capacity to implement a new application. All changes in management of the network can be done centrally without the need for frequent desktop upgrades. Reduction in energy consumption can also lower greenhouse gas emissions, which will increasingly become a regulatory concern and is one more factor driving more and more businesses to consider hosted solutions for their telephony and IT infrastructure and management. At Source Telecom, we work with a number of companies that offer cloud-based IT and hosted telephony. We'll be happy to discuss your project and point you in the right direction. We're paid by our over 30 carrier partners to assist you to understand, acquire, configure, install, and maintain both voice and data services, so there is never a charge for our services. Please give us a call today at 877-577-1954 to find out more.